710 Sports, ESPN Seattle. Seattle Seahawks. Pittsburgh Steelers. Up next. Hello everybody, it is Russell Lance, the voice of the Seattle Seahawks, here from Heinz Field in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 6-7 Pittsburgh Steelers come into this one coming off of a loss to the Baltimore Ravens last week. Seattle coming off an overtime thriller the week before as well against San Francisco 49ers, coming in at 9-4. So Seattle will start off the ball game here with the ball at the 19-yard line. Lockett back after being taken out with a strained tricep. They don't want to injure him going towards playoff season, so they kept him out the rest of the game. So on the first play, Wilson to Baldwin for 9 yards down to the 28. Doug Baldwin, 4 receptions, 77 yards last week. No touchdown, though, unfortunately. Jordy Nelson grabbed a pair of touchdowns last week, Ryan, if you remember.
Yep.
Were you happy about that?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Wilson going 5 wide again this week against Pittsburgh. Throwing for Van Ness, almost caught. Looked like Stephon Tuitt was back there in coverage. Wilson, snap. Oh, tries to step up, but Pittsburgh isn't falling for that one. Stephon Tuitt now on the sack. I guess 98 isn't Stephon Tuitt. I was wrong the last play. But whatever. It's Pittsburgh. No one cares about them. Wilson, snap. Throws for Baldwin on the 4th and 5. Fumble! Picked up by TJ Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not a good start for the Hawks today. Looking like bad start for them, but they get the ball right back. No score from the Steelers off the turnover. Wilson 5 wide this time. Wilson fumbles the ball, picked up by Carter. It's tackled down at the 28, so another fumble. Back-to-back plays for Seattle. Pittsburgh goes up 7-0. Seattle has turned over the ball twice now. Wilson snap, drops back, throws for Baldwin. Caught down at the 45, 3 of 4, 45 yards for Russell Wilson, the greatest quarterback to ever live. Russell Wilson drops back, throws with pressure breathing down his neck to Van Ness, down to the 19. And they have flipped field position quick. Wilson gets in there. Throw to Baldwin down at the 4. 5 of 6, 86 yards. Threatening to score a touchdown here. Wilson throws. Baldwin, touchdown! Seahawks!
Yep.
Yeah. And they tied up 7-7. A quick word from our sponsors. Epic Ponage Donuts off in West Seattle.
Off California Avenue.
Off California Avenue.
Yep.
Go try Epic Ponage Donuts. Russell Wilson in the shotgun here. Takes the snap. Looking, drops back, steps up though. For Lockett in the pocket. Down to the 16, caught. For a huge completion, a gain of 64. Way to flip field position. Fires from the pocket for Lockett. Lockett, pocket, rocket. So 1st and 10 from the 16 here to start off the second quarter. Handoff up the middle to Chris Carson, who didn't have such a great week rushing the ball. Was held to about 51 yards last week. Or 52 on 12 rushes. Wilson steps up in the pocket, trying to get it. Ooh, and he fumbled. Stephon Tuitt with the fumble recovery now. Wilson's second fumble lost. Pittsburgh not able to do anything with it. So that huge momentum play wasted by Seattle off the fumble, and they start their drive at 38. Wilson takes the snap. Throws for Curse deep downfield to the 30 as they flip field position again. A gain of 51 yards, it looked like. Seattle stop. Seattle's Russell Wilson drops back, throws for Van Nett. Caught! Touchdown, Seahawks! Van Nett's best touchdown reception by far in his career. 14-7 Seattle as Seattle's defense stops Pittsburgh once more. Wilson empty backfield all day today. Gets a man off of him, breaking a sack. Throws deep for Jordy Nelson, caught! Down to the 20, huge plays. Russell Wilson, 260 yards, 10 for 11 today and 2 touchdowns. Huge game for him. Wilson all alone again in the backfield. 5 wide is what they're rolling with today. Caught by Baldwin. Oh, but it's popped out before he can get to the end zone. Davis there on defense. Washington at 11-2 play the Buffalo Bills. See what goes on in that game tonight. Throws for Baldwin. Touchdown, Seahawks! And they are taking control of this game quick. 21-7. Wilson already north of 250 yards in the first half. Showing off that cannon for an arm. Wilson rushes up to the 40, to the 44. 2 rushes, 31 yards for Russell Wilson. I guess he's going to be the team's offense this week. Looks for Curse down to the 29. North of 300 yards now in the first half. Russell Wilson just having a great day throwing the football so far in this first half. Wilson rolls out, throws for Van Nett. Ooh, batted away, almost picked off. So Wilson will try again here on 2nd and 10. Throws for Baldwin, batted away this time by Davis. He says, "You're not going to fool me again." For Carson, touchdown Seahawks!
Yep.
And this has turned into a blowout. Early on, 28-7. We'll see what Seattle does here. Snap. Looking to throw, spins away from a sack. Throws for Juszczyk, caught. Makes a man miss. Wilson running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Gets something out of it. 34 yards is what that something was. A great play by Russell Wilson, like he always does. As he drops back for this one, throw to Baldwin. Going down the sideline at the 2. 15 of 19, 406 yards and 4 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. Definitely his career high for passing yards in this game. Wilson Ooh, where was that one going towards?
I know. Like, he could have easily ran that in.
He could have. But, I don't know. Wilson looking for a use check. No gain on that one. 406 yards for Wilson. 4 touchdowns. 16 of 21 passing so far. Oh, and that one's batted away. Or bounced off a Steelers defender. So 4th and goal here. 8 seconds left in the first half. Well, they should be able to get a touchdown. I don't see why they couldn't. As he had a man wide open but takes a sack. And Pittsburgh gets the ball back with 5 seconds. What the heck?
I guess he never got that memo about passing on the 2-yard line.
Stop it. I don't want to think about that. So Ben Rapeless Roethlisberger will knee it. Ben Roethlisberger, 1 rush, -1 yards. Stupid bitch. So as we head to halftime with the score of 28-7, a word from our sponsor, Sweet Justice Cakes, located in Bell Square off 2nd Avenue.
No, Belltown.
Belltown off 2nd Avenue. Go try their chocolate cake through a straw. And Malone's cones. And scones. And more cones. Go try Malone's cones. So San Francisco up 14-7 with 1 minute left in the first half there. Packers trying to make a playoff push, sitting at 7-6. San Francisco pretty much done at 3-9-1. Detroit at New York. Detroit trying to hang on to their playoff spot and go to 9-5 on the year. They are up by 10, 13-3 with 8 seconds left in the first half. Giants trying to make a playoff push as well, sitting at 7-6. Dallas at Minnesota. The Cowboys pretty much out for now, 5-7. And the Vikings definitely out at 4-9. So a meaningless game there with 6 seconds left in the half. Vikings up 14-7. As we see Russell Wilson here, running the gun. Running gun football all day today, Ryan. Kickoff here. Penny takes it out past the 10 to the 22. Not a bad return there. 21 yards per return on average this season for Rashad Penny. Second-year man out of San Diego State. Wilson drops back, looking, throws for Curse down, past midfield to the 45. Wilson, 438 yards. Goes for Lockett. Ooh! Almost caught, but he was pushed away from the ball. Didn't have a tight grip on it. The ball goes flying. 464 yards in total for the Hawks today. Wilson throws for Baldwin, batted away by Davis. He was having none of it. Wilson 5 wide again on 3rd 10. Looking. Throws it up for Van Nett. Caught! Van Nett making a bunch of clutch catches today. Down at the 6. 28-7. With 4:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to Carson, who gets a gain of 1. 2 rushes, 7 yards. Chris Carson not running the ball like he was. Wilson, play action pass. Throws for Juszczyk, almost picked up by Bud Dupree. Almost picked up by Bud Dupree, but fortunately it was dropped. The Hawks will maintain possession As Wilson dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks! And they are up 34-7. Extra point on the way by Cairo Santos. 35-7 now. This has been... I don't even know what to say anymore. This is not even a competitive game. It's just... It's terrible. Well, it's not terrible, but the Steelers are terrible.
Generally.
Yeah, they can only cheat to win. Wilson, snap.
That is unless you got to play against the rest.
And he is sacked. Tremaine Edmonds there to drop Wilson for a loss of 7. Wilson keeping the 5 wide all day today pretty much. Baldwin gets it down to the 43 for a first down. 497 yards for Wilson. That's definitely a career high. He's never passed anywhere close to 500 in one game. Baldwin down to the 28, and he has eclipsed 500 yards passing. 9 receptions, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Doug Baldwin in this game. Dougie B doing it again. But can you believe this performance out of Wilson? 527 passing yards, Ryan.
Yep.
Throws to Curse as he gets more passing yards. Touchdown, Seahawks! As he gets another one right there. 42-7. Seattle dominating this Pittsburgh defense. Walking around like they own the field. Throw to Baldwin. 474 yards. Wilson looking to throw and is sacked by Bud Dupree. 2nd and 17 now after a loss of 7. Wilson has thrown 5 touchdowns today. Almost caught by Jordy Nelson and almost picked off. Nelson looking for a passive interference flag, but doesn't get one. Wilson, play action pass. Looking to throw. Ooh, intended for Van Etten. It's batted away. So we go to the 4th quarter with this one pretty much put away. Michael Dixon on to punt. Boots it for Antonio Brown, who's been quiet today. The Killer Bees are not at work like we thought they were. And they are not able to score again. Baldwin gets another reception. Down to the 38, 592 yards. And with that throw and catch, Russell Wilson has broken the single game record for passing yards in a single game. Wilson was getting close to it. Throws to Curse. No, he's definitely broken it.
Yes.
And his 6th passing touchdown. Touchdown, Seahawks. Pittsburgh does respond, but too little, too late. Wilson now has 6 passing touchdowns in a single game, which is a single game record for the Seattle Seahawks franchise. New franchise record for the Hawks, 6 passing touchdowns in one game, belonging to Russell Wilson, who tied it at 5 all the time, but officially breaks it today with 6 passing touchdowns.
Yes.
Throws for Curse. Down to the 43. 686 yards.
Oh, jeez.
Almost 1,000 yards put up. This has been an insane blowout. Seattle, I would say, is definitely ready for the playoffs. Carson caught it. Ooh! Batted down. That would have been number 7. And well over 700 yards passing for Wilson if he had caught that. Ooh, no one near that one as it goes through the hands of both Carson and his defender. Jets sitting at 3-10 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Rams playing Cincinnati. Wilson drops back looking to throw. Ooh, and has to get rid of that one. 25 of 40, 686 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the day. Juszczyk gonna throw, and it's a terrible throw as it's intended for Procise, but he's a fullback, not a quarterback. Sorry, Juszczyk, but oh, Pittsburgh scores again to cut the lead down to 28. So here comes Wilson and company. 1 minute, 22 seconds. Let's see if Wilson can get that 7th touchdown. He gets a gain of 3 off being hit. He was tackled forward by a Pittsburgh defender. Wilson in the shotgun. Looking, throws it up for Lockett. Almost caught with one hand, but Joe Hayden back there to block that one off. And Wilson now officially over 700 yards total in this game. Doug Baldwin at 227 yards receiving. Ooh, and that one's bobbled around.
That was cool.
With 40 seconds left to play in the game, I think Tyrese had just run out the clock instead of being stupid with the ball. But we all know how Tyrese is, so he's going to keep checking it out.
Like, how can I make this play even worse?
Wilson throws for Nelson, is bobbled out and dropped. And we like to take a moment to talk about Seattle Pickles. Deal with it. Wilson 5 wide again like he always has been 90% of the time today. David Moore catches that one down to the 33. 725 yards for Wilson. Caught by David Moore. Down to the 4, 754 yards. They're going to try for another touchdown here. Wilson with the snap. Throws for Nelson. Touchdown Seahawks! Wilson has 7 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 758 yards on the game today. Wilson, a man possessed. Look at that stat line, 0 interceptions. He is player of the game for sure, and without a doubt. 758 yards, 7 passing touchdowns. As Seattle completely went off in the second quarter and never looked back. So a huge win for the Hawks tonight as they will move to 10-4 on the year.
Mm-hmm.
And next week they will go play Arizona. And Arizona is still no easy task ever. But Seattle with a very convincing win, 56-21 your final score. 733 passing yards after all the sacks had been taken out. Still over 700 yards for Russell Wilson today. How do you feel about seeing all them yards?
It's pretty epic.
Almost 1,000 yards in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson 61.7 completion percentage. Ben Roethlisberger 61.2 completion percentage. 206 yards, 3 touchdowns for Ben Roethlisberger. 758 yards and 7 touchdowns for Danger Russ Wilson.
Or Danger Russ.
Yeah, Danger Russ Wilson.
Nice.
So we're playing the 5-9 Cardinals.
Oh.
So they won't make the playoffs either. I think Seattle may have clinched their division. Not yet.
Oh.
But they are on pace to clinch the division. Redskins and Bears have not. Neither of them have clinched their division yet either. But if the Bears and the Redskins both lose next week and the Seahawks win, Seattle will be the new contenders. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, click like, share, subscribe if you're new, tap that bell to get all of our post notifications, and we will see you next time.